Hey, how's it going, guys? deadbydawn93 here, back once again for a review. And for tonight's review, I'm going to be talking about a new short film that I just got done finished watching. I've actually heard about this short film a while back, and it came out on DVD, and I just never got a chance to get around and seeing it. And I actually just became friends with the director on Facebook, and we've been talking back and forth a bit. And yeah, I was finally able to see them. But the film I'm gonna be reviewing is called ArME, and this is a short film directed by Keith Voigt Jr. If you're familiar with independent horror or underground horror, then I'm sure that name comes to mind. You know, he has his own production company, and you know, he does short films and whatnot. And I think it was sometime last year, Toe Tag actually put out a DVD which has two of his short films, ArME and his other film, Lust. And, you know, like I said, I just got a chance to check them both out, and I thought that I would, you know, talk about them a bit and give my reviews on them. Originally I was gonna watch both short films and review them both in one video. But I decided to split them both up and just review one of his short films, and then a little bit later on watch the other one and review the other one. You know, because I didn't want the video to be really long, and I just wanted to have my best thoughts on just one short film and just focus on one of them. So tonight I'm going to be reviewing ArME. And if any of you guys are interested in picking up the DVD, I'll leave a link down below to Toe Tag's website where you can buy it. It's only $10 now, and from what I've seen so far, I really would recommend this one. But ArME basically follows this boy named Daniel, and he's actually pretty young. He's in his 20s, I think. I think he's in his 20s at least. And he had just just came back from the war, and is now coming back to you know, the civil life. At the beginning of the film, you actually see him, and he's really, you know, really a cut lace, and you know, he's walking in his uniform, and you hear a woman speaking to him, saying, you know, and you know, says his name. His name is Daniel, and talks about, you know, he was born in 1989, and if how that, and asked him if he feels like he's ready to rejoin this civil life, and you know, rejoin coming back into society, and he says yes. And she also says that he has actually passed all the certain tests, you know, because of course there are certain tests that a soldier must go through in order, you know, for, you know, whoever they're from, to be sure that he is able to go back to civil life or go back to civilization, because you know, of course, wars will do a massive effect on somebody, especially mentally. You know, and it can really affect, you know, it can affect your mind, you know, just being around all that. But he's passed it all. And from the time the film begins, you can really tell there's just something not really right about him. In the opening scene, he's having sex with this girl, and she's saying, "Oh yeah, you know, you're such a big sexy soldier guy," and he's just completely, you know, you know, he's not even thinking about it. He's looking away from her, and he just doesn't even seem to be in it at all. And you know, he tells her he just can't concentrate, and you know, later on he just ends up going out and leaving her by herself. That is also intercut with him in his own apartment building just screaming, and screaming, you know, like, "Oh, you motherfuckers," and "God, man, I hate it all, I hate it all." And you can really tell that, you know, the war has affected him in some sort of way, and he has a lot of rage from because of it. You know, and of course, you know, anybody that I think has been in a war is going to have a lot of anger over it, you know, going out there and basically just killing all these people. You know, it's going to leave a impact on, you know, a mental impact on that person. And I can really see the struggle that it must be for soldiers to come back to civil life, you know, and of how that it can break some people down, even if, you know, even if they don't have any injuries by them, it can still break them down. And I think that that's what this film really shows. But basically, it just shows him, you know, in his apartment sometimes just screaming, and they're basically in kind of dream sequences. He'll wake up and, then it'll show him, talking with his friends. At one point he actually does talk to one of his friends, who's actually played by Keith Voigt Jr., and he's sitting there drinking, and Keith is all, I forget, I don't know if his character has a name, but Keith is saying, man, I'm glad you went over there and you killed those motherfuckers, or, whatever, just the way that people would, talk, like, yeah, I'm glad you went over there and did that. And, of course, Daniel was just sitting there thinking, that, telling him that he actually ended up killing, like, innocent people, and he just completely just disagreed with it, and, and it was, of course, it's a major hard experience for him. And, Keith is all like, alright, man, well, have another beer. I'm just glad you killed, just killed those, what does he call them? I don't know, he calls them something in the movie, I can't remember, something about wearing those, I don't know what to call them, that things they wear on their head. I can't remember the things they have on their head because I'm dumb. But, of course, any typical person that is, for the war, anybody that's all like, yeah, go out there and kill those guys, he seemed to be like that type of a person, and Daniel was just, he just didn't even want to hear about it. At one point in the film, he does call up a friend of a friend and ends up buying a gun from that guy. And from that point on, the movie, he takes a downward spiral, and that's when the horror element gets into it. I really don't want to give anything else away about it, because it's such a short film. It's only about 17 minutes long or so. But I'll go ahead and give my thoughts on it. Now, I actually really did enjoy the film. It really showed what a huge traumatic event, such as a war, can take somebody and just break them down and basically cause them to go almost insane. And you can really see that in the film. You see that, you can tell that Daniel, of course, before he joined the war, he was probably just a happy-go-lucky guy. He looks like it. He looks like one of those guys, and the fact that he went into it so young also probably got an effect, because you could probably tell that when soldiers that young probably go into war, it probably ruins their lives in some way, unless they're strong and they know that what they did was, that was a war, that's a part of my life that's done now, and I'm going to move on. And some people just can't. And you can really tell the struggle, that people go through just to get back into civil life, And I'm sure it's hard for anybody to even, come back and be like, okay, I'm back in real life. I don't have to kill people anymore, or I don't have to shoot people, or I don't have to protect this person, But of course, lots of things linger. Even at one point in the film, he's basically walking down the street, and he can hear, it almost sounds like a jackhammer going off, but he makes it, to him, it sounds like gunshots. And he's walking over towards this bridge, and all he keeps hearing are these gunshots, and he's running from them, and it's basically taking him back to war. And then at one point, he sees the entire bridge basically explode, and it's a dream. And you can really tell he's haunted almost every night by this, up until the very end. But another thing about the film is that it really shows that when something like that can happen, it can change people to make them do terrible things. I don't want to get too much into this, because I don't want to give away exactly what happens at the end. But honestly, at the end of it, you can really, I didn't really, I don't know, when he was doing the things that he did at the end, I didn't look at him as like maybe a monster. I didn't look at him as, well, that's a terrible thing. He was basically, at the end, he was doing the things that he was doing in the war. And, I'm sure that for anybody that's gone through that, it can change that person and either change them into something better or something worse. And for Daniel, it changed him into something worse in some way, and he ends up taking a turn for the worse at the end, so I should say. So, if this movie sounds interesting for you guys, just go check it out. Like I said, I'll leave a link down below. I personally really did enjoy the film. For the short time it was on, it was only 17 minutes. Like I said, it had a good story. All the acting is good. There's not a lot of characters in it. There's only about like 3 characters in the entire movie, I believe, that you actually see on camera. And, I really think that it really shows what can happen to somebody who's gone through this. And movies like that, I'm attracted to films like this because even though it probably wouldn't have gone as bad as it did, this does look like something that could happen to somebody that has gone through something like this. And for that I really did enjoy it. So like I said, that is my review for Keith Voigt Jr.'s first short film, ArME. I will be doing a review of his other short film, Lust, but I probably won't. I won't be able to get it done this weekend. I've got some things going on, so I'll probably get that up Monday, at the latest is when I'll get it up. But anyway, guys, like I said, if you guys want to check the film out, I'll leave a link down below to toe tag to pick up a copy, and I highly recommend you do. I thought it was a really enjoyable short film. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and happy Easter to everybody. I hope everyone has a great holiday weekend with your family. It's this time of year is time to celebrate, being together and everything. So I've got some plans for this Easter, and hope you guys have a good one. And yeah, I'll see you guys later.